balance on too little or too much also. Even on the design time, could you spend too little on the designing it? You certainly could. Or how about spending too much? Well, you could do that too. In fact, we've made some changes recently in our company to help you minimize how much time that is that you spend. So we're going to talk about some of those things on efficiencies and cost efficiencies, cost effectiveness, when we come back to the K & Builders Remodeling Design Show. But I did want to mention our sponsor, Legacy Heating and AC. Chad Briggs saved me on a job, just needed some repairs. We went in and made some duct, he made some dampers for me, and it's really made a big difference on that project. He did that on short notice on Friday. So call them and look for their website at legacyservicesac.com, or if you want their number, they're out a little bit out of town, so the number's an 830 number, but it's 608-8000. And we'll be right back to the K & Builders Remodeling and Design Show.
Nothing says I love you like a diamond.
Can you
For
end
centuries and
Facebook?
across cultures, it's remained the universal symbol of love,
share
romance, and commitment.
And then
at
we'll redo
Diamonds
it.
Direct this Valentine's,
And then,
easier than ever to celebrate
What do I
your love
do?
with diamond jewelry she'll cherish for a lifetime.
Make it public?
Join us
Post
February
this
4th
video
and
to keep it?
14th for
Yes.
our best offer ever.
That's
5
good.
years,
Press
0
done.
interest financing with nothing down on any purchase. Choose from a
Yeah.
special expanded
Now
selection
you
of
just
the
can
most
use it to
romantic
monitor
gifts.
Yeah, and if you need to, I brought this iPad from the office, so if you need to look stuff up
Oh, okay.
or whatever, you can use this
Want my
one.
phone?
Yeah, I'm gonna need both.
An unforgettable day for her with a special gift that symbolizes your love and commitment like nothing else. It's Diamonds Direct Spectacular Valentine's Celebration with in-store appearances from top jewelry designers, an expanded selection including gifts as low as $200 and 5 years 0 interest financing on approved credit. February 4th through the 14th only, and only at Diamonds Direct and the shops at Lockout Terra.
I fall more in love with your home every time I'm here. We owe it all to Partners in Building. They make it easy to build a custom home on your lot.
Okay, so do we need to ask for this one not to be removed? This commercial?
And completing construction so fast, all of it took less than a year. You should go to partnersinbuilding.com and get
Want to write that down?
Custom home across San Antonio and the Hill Country.
Yep.
We write it down really quick, that way we remember Partners in
And last
Building.
week, there was one at the end.
Can you set this down? What are you calling this show?
Efficiencies
Okay, that's what I thought.
in remodeling.
How do you spell efficiencies? Just to make sure.
Hmm?
How do you spell efficiencies to make sure?
EFFICIENCIES.
Got it.
Efficacy. Would be a little bit funny if I did that one. Is this thing showing over my head?
Yeah, but you can see
See
you.
me clearly?
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Fly.
Welcome to the K & Builders Remodeling Design Show. We're back, and Morgan's now going to be joining us on the air, and she had a little traffic issue there. But we are going to be talking about, and by the way, I like our new song back there. Thank you for switching that out. And we're going to be talking about efficiencies and how it can be cost efficient, what things we should be looking for in remodeling, and what you should expect. So let's get into it, and while we're doing that, we just want you to be able to call us at any time at 737-1200 or 1-800-383-WOAI. Again, 737-1200 is that local number.
Or you can look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search for us at KM Builders.
Great, thank you, Morgan. And so I was talking about design. Now, you weren't part of our meeting on Friday.
No, I'm excluded from those.
No, well, you were been invited, but you were out taking photos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't get to hear it. But I was making some official changes to the way we do our designs. And one of the things that you really appreciate about being efficient is what we're trying to do. Give people more direction up front on a remodeling project. Now, everybody loves the fact that we itemize all our pricing and that we are transparent and that you break everything apart so that you can really make good choices. But one of the things we've decided to start doing right away is after we first evaluate your property and take all the notes, get the architectural team out there, and then they get all the information put back into the computer, and we start drawing the designs that we've talked about in the interview. In most cases, the preliminary designs can be done on the next visit when you come into the showroom. And when you come into the showroom and the offices, you're also going to get, in most cases, you're going to get a preliminary set of numbers. And so that's going to speed it up. Now, it takes a little longer to do that than to just do the designs. It's going to take us a couple of days to a week to break out all the costs that are associated with it on a basic level. But we can, I'm sure anybody can see how much more efficient it is to be able to know, okay, here's what the basic project would start at. Because it is very inefficient to go through the project not knowing where you're at on price. And we've discovered that. We've discovered it the hard way, and so have clients, that they would like to know more information probably. Now, some of them don't care, or you can't talk them out of it because they just want what they want. At least they think they do, and they're pretty adamant about it many times. A good percentage of our clients are adamant about getting what they want. But what we're going to try to do is make sure that they know where they're starting from. In other words, okay, you know that this project has X amount of dollars in it already before you pick these specialty items that you really, really like or want or need. It doesn't matter whether you need them or you want them. You still deserve to know where the starting point is, and that helps you to know where you're going in the future. So we'll be able to give you a quicker turnaround on knowing where to start. Then at that point, if you want to put some money down, you can do that, and you can get a discount on the time that you would spend with an interior designer or even an architectural team if you want to make more adjustments or do some more projects on your home. But that's going to get you started. So design efficiency is very, very important. Another way that we are efficient in design is we have our own showroom.
Yeah.
That helps. That helps. How do you feel that people feel about that?
I think they like being able to touch and feel the colors and everything and all the samples.
I think they like not having to run around as much either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's and then having our designers right there, not having to go and bring them in from a remote location certainly helps with time. We do have a caller. Let's take our first one, Larry, there. Let's see if we can talk to Larry. Are you there? I am great. How can I help you today, Larry?
Sure, it's more than anything. We had Lowe's put a shower in for us, and they put it in 4 times now. And I don't think there's any people out there can do tile work anymore, respectfully. But I'm wondering what kind of shower can I put in, or have put in, that somebody can actually do it right.
Well, I do understand your frustration, Larry. But I guarantee you, if you saw the work that Daryl does, for example, Daryl is just an awesome tile setter that does all of our jobs. And fortunately, he doesn't want to work for anybody else but KM. And I think one of the reasons is because we let him, in fact, encourage him and help him and assist him do it the right way. So it is a craftsman thing, and as well as a mechanical process that people really have to do the right steps on. And what part of it did you notice that was most disappointing?
tiles crooked, tiles sticking out. They put 2 doors on. We picked a door. We had this thing designed at Lowe's, you know, they had a specific designer. Anyways, the door was put on, and they came out 5 times trying to stop it from leaking at the bottom. They finally said, it's not right, we're gonna remove it. So we had to pick another door. We picked that door. Same thing, it leaked. So, the people that sell the shower door came out, and the guy said, it's installed wrong. And they asked me, we want to know, and I said, no, I want y'all out of my house, I'm done. So, but the tile, they had to, you know, come back and put tile in where the holes were with it. And, you know, those guys had to follow up on somebody else's work. But 4 times they had to go into that shower. They tore it down completely 3 times. And 1 time they just patched. And it's disgusting. And I tried to get my money back, but, you know, they spent more money redoing it every time than giving my money back.
I know, that is just a horrible, horrible story. But I'll tell you what, we used to do a little bit of work for Lowe's, and you know, people loved us, and we got repeat clients off of those. But I tell you what, it is the system. There's
a showroom for shower doors, for showers, anything. Anyway, do y'all have one?
No, we do not have a showroom for shower doors. That's just a very expensive thing to carry, and takes up a lot of room. So we could probably help you with that. You can go to Ferguson's, or Ferguson's does have some shower setups there. But yeah, I would go to probably one of the Ziegler's or one of the glass companies here. They tend to have some nicer showrooms for just doors. But yeah, I'm sorry. No, I was to say, I'm sorry to hear about your terrible experience. I mean, that is just, no matter what the price is, it's not worth all that.
No. Well, and I don't know about the stuff from Rebath. Everybody keeps telling me, go to Rebath. Well, I don't know what that stuff is. It's solid, I know that, but it looks like it's plastic to me. I don't know.
It's not tile, and you know, I can give you a lot of feedback on it. We've seen it. It's not any less than a beautiful tile shower. And if you were going to redo your shower, I'd encourage you to either go with a solid material or a tile, like we would install it, and make it actually look award-winning, and you don't even have any maintenance on the grout, and it's going to be a lifetime product that will add value to your home, because that's the main difference between the Rebath product and custom showers. They're about the same price. We've seen over and over. But the value, the resale value is way, way different. And I know they can't argue with you about that either. I'm not bad-mouthing them. Their product is different. They make a really good profit on it. They are very fast at what they do. If you want quick, then you go with Rebath. If you want custom and you want good resale value, you go with a custom shower. And unfortunately, you know, not all contractors are created equal on that, but I can promise you great results, and you would just absolutely love it. But if you want to go with get this shower door thing situated, yeah, I'd try Ziegler's. Ziegler's at one of their locations.
Hey, but I think I'm gonna call y'all because I think we're gonna have to take the shower out again. Hey, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's scary too. So let me give you my number. It's 680-5626. That's all right. Well,
so I will call you because I'm trying to settle with Lowe's right now. I want to get that out of the way, and then I will call y'all, and maybe y'all can make my wife happier.
I guarantee you we can, and I really wish you well in that pursuit. And thank you so much for calling the show. And we are going to go ahead and go to our news break. And before I do that, I want to mention Truly Nolan Pest Control. They're helping me out. A rat got in my attic just recently, so they're going to help me out. And boy, they've got the big mouse mobile.
The yellow cars.
The yellow cars with the rat tail on it and the ears. And so if you'd like to talk to them, if you're hearing any noises, or if you've got any types of critters or pest control, what a great team. Chance Taywater there that runs it. He's my man. And it's at trulynolan.com. That's Nolen, or just call them at 800, and that number is 468-7859. And we'll be right back to the KM Builders Remodeling and Design Show.
This is News.
Okay, so
I'm gonna keep these up pretty loud.
that's fine.
How we doing?
Good. Everything's right. Oh, this is where it was. I knew I had. So we just you skipped the second segment. This
What is that?
the client testimonial.
Yeah.
So you did these ones already. So these are your other two sponsors. We did them backwards. Which
Yeah.
are fine.
Yeah.
But just so you know.
Yeah, I don't care what order I'm in.
But so we have the client testimonial and then the what's trending segment.
Okay.
So whichever order you want to do it in.
We're gonna go into this next, what's trending.
Okay.
I'll just put it up like that.
But then are you gonna skip this or
No, we'll get it. We wanna do that in the last segment,
okay.
client testimonial,
Okay.
or do yours in the last segment?
Whichever.
Yeah, let's get the client testimonial.
Okay, that's what I thought. Oh.
That's not very long. We do both in this segment.
Okay. Yeah. Did you hear this? From Lock Hill Selma, it was not all the way to 10.
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
Yeah,
Okay,
neither
wow.
could I. It
You
w-
don't check your ways?
I literally I
You usually check it when you get on, right?
yeah, because I'm checking it to see if I should go Stone Oak or
Uh-huh.
281.
That's what I did. I thought, oh, I need to check to see if I'm gonna go Stone Oak.
Yes.
And I did it, and I'm like, holy smokes, it's telling me to. I thought it was telling me to get off on the access road to avoid some jam up.
Uh-huh.
But I looked, no, it's telling me to go.
Where were you?
It's telling me to go I-10.
Where were you?
Right before I-10 on 1604. So I got over real quick. I had to actually hit the brakes to get into the lane, and the guy honked at me because I was in the far left lane. I
Oh,
was
you were
that
already
close.
on 1604.
Yeah, I'd been on it, but I didn't check it till I got almost to 10. And then it took
Wow.
me off onto 10 and going down south. I said, I'm going to go ahead and do it because I don't know what's going on with 1604.
It was crazy. So it was not bad until Paisanos. So where Paisanos is, I was like, okay, like it was fine. Like we were flowing fine on the access road. So it told me to go Paisanos Parkway to skip some of the traffic, and then
You
it
did
was
that?
saying, yeah. And so then Huebner was right the next light, and it was telling me to go left. They blocked all the way. I don't think you would be able to go until 281, but at Belenco, they were allowing you to do a U-turn. So I went and did the U-turn and then cut through the shopping center. And then I went up Blanco to Huebner. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be here yet. It
That was
was
good.
so bad. Because they're just letting traffic flow to keep going. They're not letting you do anything. It was ridiculous. There was nothing going on. That's what makes you even more mad. Like there's no work being done. It was so horrible.
Why don't you do the what's trending first, and then I'll do this, and that'll be a segue into,
Okay.
or no, I'll do this at the end of it, and then I'll segue into North Park.
Okay.
So I'll do this at the end. Welcome back to the KM Builders Remodeling and Design Show. I'm Keith Maley, along with
Morgan.
Morgan's back, and we're glad to be with you. And if you'd like to call the show, you can call us like Josh did at 737-1200. And before we go any further, let's go ahead and take Josh's phone call. He's been waiting. Hopefully you're still there, Josh. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm planning a expensive backyard remodel, and I wanted to get your thoughts on what you think the best way to proceed is. We're looking to do a pool and an outdoor kitchen, with a cover over it, and I designed the whole thing in advance, and I had a few pool companies come out, and we're talking about between $125,000 and $150,000 project. And I guess my concern is that most of the pool companies don't do all of the outdoor kitchen stuff, so they will either recommend I go somewhere else, or they'll hire a sub to do it. And it seems like it's driving up the cost quite a bit to have the pool company handle that. But my concern is if I separate the two and you have different masons, even if it's the same stone, two different masons installing the stone in a pool, and then the outdoor kitchen right next door might, look different. So I'm just trying to figure out what the best, most economical way to do it would be.
Well, I would be glad to work with you on that. And that's the total budget, right, that you were talking about?
Yeah, that's the pricing that they came back with. Like I said, a couple of them gave me pricing with it, including everything, and got pricing from a sub. And some others gave me their pricing and then an estimate of what I could go hire someone else to do it for.
Right. I don't think masonry would be too big of an issue. We've been able to match patterns and styles. A good mason we have a couple of masons. One of them, like Tom Garcia, is just really awesome at matching styles and patterns. And they will be a little bit disjointed. I mean, if you were going from one flagstone to the next flagstone, it would be great to have the same mason. But even if you didn't with one of our masons, you wouldn't be able to find the joint. The biggest thing is going to be the color of the mortar, and again, Tom is really good at matching that up perfectly. And if it's going to be the same age, and now there is a possibility too that we could talk to the mason for the pool contractor if that was going to go first, for example, and we could talk to him about getting a quote for doing the masonry on the maybe some of the other areas, and that might be a way that you'd feel more comfortable with. I'd be open to doing that as well.
Now, do you think it would be more economical to split the two sides of the project up than hire a company like yourself to build the outdoor kitchen and then just have the pool company focus on the pool?
Yeah, I don't know about economics because I just don't know what, how the people charge on that. But I know that overall quality and getting exactly what you want and more choices. And if those choices mean that you're going to go conservative, well, you're going to save money. And if you say, well, I want what I want, or I need this is important to me, I know that you're going to love having the freedom to choose. I would guess, and this is what I've seen in most cases, where it's going to run you the same price either way, but the service and the quality you're going to be happier with. That's the basic difference.
Okay. And is it ever done the other way, where a contractor like yourself does the entire job and subs it out to the pool company, or is that just adding too much cost?
No, that does work too, and we have worked with pool companies in the past. So if you'd be interested in that, we have a pool subcontractor that we use whenever we do pools, and I would be glad to compare apples to apples, with what the pool designs you're getting and so forth, to see what you're really looking at. So either way works for us, and I'd be glad to talk to you about it. But again, with a reputable pool company, that's another way you might go if you're like kind of probably be a little faster. And then one of the major pool companies would not mind subcontracting to us if you wanted it under all one contract. That would also work. We don't have a problem with that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your thoughts on it, and I will get in touch.
All right. Well, thank you for calling the show, and hope you have a great weekend. I look forward to meeting you.
All right. Thank you.
So we can talk a little bit about efficiencies in that way, right? That was one way to talk about efficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so yeah, he's thinking the right way. How can I be most efficient and not have regrets? That's what we're talking about on this show too. But we didn't get to our trending with Morgan segment.
Yeah. One thing that I've been noticing is people are a lot less concerned with the types of metals that they're putting into their home. So they have, maybe the sink will be stainless steel, but they've got a beautiful copper sink in there, and really, you don't think about it only when you're picking the colors, or picking all the fixtures. But when you walk into somebody's home, you don't notice, oh, you mixed metals, it just all works together so well. So that's something that we've been doing a lot, and we've been seeing a lot,
That is
less matchy.
Yeah, and it creates some more interest.
Mm-hmm.
Visual interest is another big thing. So yeah, like you can have a hammered copper sink and a stainless, a brushed nickel faucet or something like that. Yeah,
it looks great.
you can use bronze with brushed. You can use bronze with have some bronze accents. You can have it maybe just pull out the hardware with your sink, and then everything else in there is stainless.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another good way to do it. You do want a little bit of symmetry, but you don't want everything to have to be the same. And I think that's the way things are going, like you said. Thanks for bringing that out. And so one of the things I want to talk about, again, if you want to call us at 737-1200, just like Josh did, and we hope we get to meet up with him. 1-800-383 or WAI, or 737-1200 is the local number. And local is 210. So we were talking about designs being basic first and get the pricing, then go with your luxury items and start picking the fun stuff, because you want to have a baseline of how much you want to spend. And for us to help you to see how much more you can go on it, we need to give you that baseline. So that's what we're doing in our design process. It really helps also speed up time. Here's an example of why it saves time. You get your initial designs done. That's a lot less time than going into every nuance of your design.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say that you were thinking you were going to spend another pick $50,000 worth of product. But now you know, because of your budget, because you got your baseline, that you're only going to really spend about $20,000 in extras. Well, guess what? How much time that saves you? It saves a lot of time to not be spending it with a designer picking $50,000 worth of product when you only needed 20.
Yeah.
And that's not efficient either, paying a designer for that time, or for that designer to be spending time with you that's not ever going to come to fruition. So we're really careful about not wasting your time or your money in designing things that aren't going to fit into your project anyways. But in order to do that, we start off with getting you numbers quickly and basic design. And then we see where we want to go from that. Now, we want you to go further with it. We want you to go more than just the basic. And so we stand ready, and we're excited to go with some of the more elaborate things that we will be talking about with you. And we're going to show you but the great thing about it is we're going to show you what would that cost you if you changed it to a more elaborate vent hood. Mm-hmm. To change it to, if you took out that wall. To change it if you extended the cabinets in the kitchen into the adjacent area. So those are things that you'll see if you want to do, but you really need to know, where was your basic kitchen, for example? Where was the remodeling cost on that, starting off with? And then you say, okay, well, we're under budget here. Now let's see how much I want to spend to take out these. So yesterday I met the Ramones, and what a great project they're interested in. But I was able to give them some ballpark numbers on things before the evening closed. Last night, I was able to send them over some numbers.
That's good.
He's one of those clients that I remember for sure, that I talk about, that said that he didn't use me on a project, but he recommended me to other people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tim was one of the ones that I think of when I think of that expression, that if you don't...
You could have somebody else remodel your home?
No, that one's different, but this one is the one I tell people, if we don't do the work for you, you will still refer us.
Oh.
Remember I say that a lot? Yeah, because he's one.
Be referred.
And he referred us to his parents, even though we hadn't done the work for him. He knew about us, so that was cool. But now I'm gonna get to work for him, hopefully, on his new home. Yeah, but again, they needed to know where we're at, right?
Yeah.
And we had a client testimonial too that we wanted to share. You want to read it?
Yes, it says it was from our clients. in a morning text.
The Aguilars.
They just texted y'all's group and said, "Your guys are doing a great job. They are courteous and friendly as they do their work." Just a nice little compliment.
Yeah, and we get those every week, and sometimes it's just daily, and sometimes it's more than one per day. But you know, it reminds me of North Park Lexus at Dominion. Boy, are they courteous and friendly as they do their work. In fact, as I was driving the Lexus to the show today, the light came on, and I think, hey, this is going to be our first maintenance thing we have to do. I have no idea what it is because I couldn't figure it out yet. But it says, I clicked on it, and it says, contact your dealer, your service is due. Now, we have free maintenance, prepaid maintenance on it, so we're going to go over there, and I'm going to get some Starbucks coffee, get my boots polished up, and I'm going to get...
And then grab your loaner vehicle and go.
Loaner vehicle and go. Yeah, I'm going to take my time, though, like I did last time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what a place and facility they have. It makes it fun to go to the dealership at North Park Lexus at Dominion. My friend Al Cavazos is the general manager there, and he truly is a friend. And we hope that you will check them out, too, if you're looking into luxury. We'll be right back to the KM Builders Remodeling and Design Show.
Joint pain, sports injury.
I can get mine.
What?
I can get mine.
Okay, please do. We're kind of like doing the other ones. Why don't you do mine and I'll do yours?
I can do
That's
both
too
of them.
hard. Yeah, I can't really reach that one.
Yeah. I was gonna tell you that I could start doing these if you just wanted to, like, point whenever you're ready.
I don't like it though during the conversations because I know when I'm going to talk.
Yeah, that's what I figure. When you're doing that, that's like, you can see it just fine. I'm thinking one cool thing, all I have to do is get this iPad set up to whatever this is, the camera, the Wi-Fi for the Mevo, and then I'll be able to start using this, and you can have this for yourself. Wouldn't that be awesome?
And what would that be for?
Look stuff up, but I normally get here earlier than you, so I don't have to wait for you.
Oh, okay. That'd be great.
Yeah.
You use that one?
Uh-huh.
Do you need a stand for it?
No.
You just prop it up?
Yeah. I'll just have it laying right here.
So you use that and this.
You will use this.
You'll use this. That will be this instead.
Yeah.
And this is just for monitoring purposes, right?
This is so I can watch Facebook and YouTube to see if there's any questions that comes.
And this is Facebook too.
Well, that's just that's just controlling the camera.
Mevo, that's just the Mevo.
Yeah.
That's controlling it, which we need to be doing.
Yeah, but I have to be monitoring the others. Oh, and when we get the iPod, I'll be able to...
Have you heard this one? Listen.
Yeah,
work out at the gym, go up and drink a gallon bottle of water every day.
I love that one. He talks so funny in there, right?
Yes.
That is pretty good. Work out and drink a gallon of water every day.
Actually, I'll be able to bring the iPod and I'll be able to have it here to monitor Instagram now. From now on, too.
Say that again?
The iPod, I'll be able to use it to monitor Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can't do that now?
We don't have enough. I guess technically if I had downloaded Instagram on here, I could be doing it. Because I don't have Instagram on there.
Yeah, this one went by quick. It always does if we have calls.
It's good. So when you went live the first time?
Don't forget to tell them about our videos and stuff at the end.
Okay. When you went live the first time, you went live on your personal Facebook.
Whatever was on here.
You haven't had to do that in a while.
Had a few people following though. You're right, people love live video. They see somebody's live, they're like, what's he doing?
That's why I always share it to your page. I share it to your personal page.
Welcome to the KM Builders Remodeling and Design Show. I'm Keith Maley, and we're glad to be with you. A little Frampton from the olden days.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
That is not something I was listening to back when he was out. I found out about him many years later whenever I got exposed to rock and roll in my late teens. Because whenever he came out, I was only about probably 10 or 12. Somewhere around there, around 10 or 12 years old. And anyway, great music, and hope that this weekend gets a little more sunny for everybody. We are going to take your calls. Oh, it's Super Bowl, that's right, and that would be nice to have it warm and have the
grill.
To grill. That's exactly right. That's what I'm thinking about doing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You got to come over tomorrow. you and Jared. We're all on the same side. Tell Jared. And then we're gonna go see the Spurs tonight, right?
Yeah. Hopefully
That'd be
they
nice.
win.
Yeah, well, the Pelicans, I think they can beat the Pelicans. They've been doing good. They're gonna make it to the playoffs. So.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. So that means they'll be tied against Boston for the longest.
Is that right?
Yeah, the longest playoff streak.
Ha! Did not realize that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the old Boston, not the current Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so-
Boston currently holds the record.
That's right. But it's gonna be broken after next year.
Yep.
Then they'll be tie this year and break it next year.
Yep.
Pop's gonna break all the records in the NBA. So let's get back to our subject here of efficiencies and how it's cost efficient as well. That's what we think of when we think of it: cost efficient, labor efficient, and you certainly want labor efficiencies because it should end up in lower cost to you. It should, you want to see price breakouts, you want to see guarantees because the company is efficient at what they do and they know they can guarantee it. Well, if you're looking for that, that is KM Builders. We have our in-house labor pool that is trained to do the same work the right way, first time, not 2 or 3 times, as we heard a caller say today. Well, actually 4 times.
Yeah.
3 times completely ripped out the shower, did it again, and then the 4th time still not happy with it, so they tried to do some patch-ups, and that didn't work either. So our labor pool is in-house, the majority of it. It is highly trained to do it the same way every time. And then we use we have really precision standards that we meet, and we go through training with our employees so that, and then we have them, we know who they're going to be there, we know when they're going to be there, we schedule them for you. We tell them many times on the text thread that we're doing in our scheduling processes, people are asking when will they arrive, and we tell them it'll be between 11 and 12 that day, or it's 8 a.m. A lot of times the answer is 8 a.m.
And I was thinking, we know for a fact that our guys are there because of our time clocking system has a little geofence. So we know that our guys are showing up on time 100%.
So let me ask you a question. I think you know the answer. Do we pay our employees for rounded over to the quarter, half hour, quarter, half hour, quarter hour, or every 5 minutes? What's it rounded over to?
I didn't know it was rounded over at all. I
It
thought it
isn't.
was exactly.
That was a trick question. You're right. It's exact. It is. That's why the module we use is called exact time,
Yeah.
because it tracks their time to the minute.
Yep. And they can see their time too,
and
so
they
they
get to
like
see
it too.
Yeah, so they know where their time is at the end of the day. And speaking of efficiencies, we end our 40 hours on Friday. So if they reach their 40 and we can stop, they can go home early and have a great weekend, and their clients get their home earlier. So that's efficiency too. But just knowing who they are, that they're available, means we can do scheduling with efficiency. Just means we know that they're going to be there. We can set up your job and it'll go like clockwork. I mean, that is it. So before we leave, I did want to mention that efficiency too is in what we saw when we went to the Allstat Brewery out at Highway 290 East, and we have an efficient beer delivery service from them too.
We sure do.
We give Josh a call and he brings us more beer for our clients. And just like the Bozies, you can take some home when you come to our showroom. Be sure.
Yep.
When
Be
you
sure
come,
and ask us.
yeah, all of you are coming to our showroom and so forth. Ask us for some samples of Allstat Brewery. You get a 6-pack of different flavors, and if Morgan has some wine, she can share that with you too, because we're always bringing out wine to our different clients. But we would love to have you come by our showroom. We're at 7915 Mainland Drive on the northwest side of town, right off of Bandera Road, and you can look us up there. Or we're #1 when you search a lot of things, so you'll see our maps come up on Google.
Just search KM Builders everywhere, and especially if you're on YouTube, we have so many videos, complete full videos that are from start to finish of projects. You can watch a whole house renovation from start to finish. You can watch a closet addition being put on.
And it doesn't take as long as the house did to build, to do the renovation. No,
You'll watch the whole thing in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
you know,
or even less. And some of the views. So yeah, look us up on that. And then all of you who haven't looked us up on other avenues, venues, you might want to watch us live on some of our stuff.
And then subscribe to our newsletter, because you'll be notified every single time something new comes. friends@kmbuilders.com.
Yeah, thank you for that, Morgan. And again, we're efficient at that too. I mean, making videos and showing people what you need to know about a remodeler. It's a quick way to discover a lot about our quality, about our ethics, even what our clients are saying about us, all in one video. You can see it all.
Yeah, because they come on the video.
They do. Or you can hear their voices telling us how happy they are with things. Completely unscripted and natural. And so we'd love to show you our processes. If you have even a small or a large project, give me a call at the office. Talk to Tina or Kelly, and you will see again, efficiency. You're going to get an appointment right when you call. And that number is 680-5626, or look us up at kmbuilders.com. And remember, you could have someone else remodel your home, but then you'd have to live in it.
Yep.
And proceed.
They said they're better than the Pelicans. We just have to play like it.